Hello, friends. Hey, I hope you're having a great week. Hopefully you're not a Dallas Cowboys fan, and that's all I'm going to say about the Cowboys today, all right? I know obviously their season's been over for a while, but it's a world that we live in, all right? For those of you that are Cowboy fans, I'm so very, very sorry. Hey, in the studio, though, we have something that's going to brighten up our day today. It's Saira. Hey, Saira.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so much better now that you're here today. Your smiling face. You currently work at the Juvenile Center, is that correct?
Yes.
For the city of Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas County.
Dallas County?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that.
So I've been working there for a year and a half now.
Okay.
About. And it was all God, really. I used to work at 24 Hour Fitness. I worked there for 9 months, and my current manager would go to the gym every morning. And so she saw me, and one day she asked me, she's like, hey, are you looking for another job? And I hadn't said anything to anybody, but I was like, man, I want another job, but, I'm going to trust God's timing. And so I didn't go searching for jobs or nothing. And so I told her, yeah, I'm interested. So I gave her my email and everything, and I did my application, and I got the job. I started working there when I was 19. And as I've been working there, my manager really, she sees how fast I can grow. So not long ago, she wanted to offer me a promotion. So we were in the works of the promotion and everything. And we got a new HR person. And the HR person was like, we can't give her the promotion because she doesn't have enough work experience. For that promotion, I needed 3 years of work experience. And to even be hired on in Dallas County, you need 3 weeks of work experience. I only had 9 months when I started, so that to me shows that God's favor is always upon me, and He's working in my life and always opening those doors for me. So
it's cool. Now, you guys just got back off a family.
Yeah, we were on a cruise.
First time, right?
Yeah, first family vacation, but it's my 3rd cruise that I've been on.
What was that like?
It was good. One day was super rocky. The waters were rough. Everyone woke up like at 3 a.m. because the ship was swaying.
A little nausea problems, right?
Yeah, and people were seasick all over the ship.
Yeah. It was one trip that Barbara and I took. It was so bad. First off, they canceled the middle for night. And second off, they said don't anybody call. What do they call the doctor's office? I forgot. I don't know. Whatever it is, they said don't call them anymore. So they can't have any more people. Just stay in your room. You can call. I can't remember what anybody's called, but anyway, whoever takes care of your room, tell them you need some meds, and they'll send you some nausea stuff. We started wearing those patches behind our ears before we went. Made a big difference. I remember that one night it was so bad. I mean, you had to walk like this just to walk straight down the hall. I also learned on ships, the higher you are, the less the waves bother you. The deeper you are. Yeah,
we were on floor 2, so we felt everything.
Oh, yeah. I understand that. So you are a second generation to attend Dallas Metro. Your mom was first generation. Matter of fact, your mom, and we won't mention your uncle's name. It's my way of revenge for all the problems he's caused me over the years. Yeah, he's watching this, and I'm sure he'll post a comment. He'll go, I didn't do anything. That's his famous line. I didn't do anything. Am I not right?
Yeah.
And part of that's your mom's fault. All those girls, they spoil that guy. That's why he is the way that he is, right? So, but your uncle and mom were one of the first to attend our Sunday school programs. Tell us about your mom. For those of you that don't know your mom, mom's name is Becky. Tell them about your mom.
Oh, we're gonna be here for hours. My mom.
Chris, you know what? Chris knows how to turn us off. Whenever we run out of time, he'll just go, "Hey, we'll see you next week."
Yeah. My mom, she's such an amazing person. I don't even know where to start. She's my best friend, really. She had us at a young age, so we grew up with her, kind of, you know. And she's a woman of strong faith. She's a prayer warrior. That's one thing she always does. She prays and prays, and I know a lot of my blessings are from her prayers that she always does for me and my brothers. She's always a light of the room, like the joy, making us laugh and smile.
I just finished a book I shared with Chris. It's called Lead with Prayer. And one of the things that they say in that is that prayers don't end with the person. Prayers are generational.
Yeah.
And so that's your mom right there.
Yeah.
And it's not because life has been easy for her.
Far from that.
Yeah. She's had every reason to go.
Yeah, she's faced many obstacles where a lot of people would have just given up and caught at the end and just went downhill, but she chose the other path and chose to keep fighting and going towards Jesus, no matter how hard it was. She was climbing up that mountain.
That's a good term right there. Climbing that mountain.
Yeah.
And, you know, I heard somebody say the other day, you know, if mountains were smooth, you couldn't climb them. Because we complain about the rocks.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody likes them rocks. Yeah. And yet if it wasn't for the rocks, you couldn't get to the top. I'm not sure if it wasn't for trials that we couldn't really appreciate the Lord.
Yeah.
And what He has done for us and what He will do for us. So you've... your mom's my hero. So is your grandma.
Yeah.
Runs in your family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I have talked to all the grandkids about. What you have is not normal. Should be. Should be.
Yeah.
But it's not. Because your grandparents are incredible people of faith, you know. Your grandfather... it's probably not the most outspoken person, but if you'll sit and listen, wisdom comes, you know.
Yeah.
And so cherish what you have.
Yeah, I do.
Many people would have no idea what family's supposed to look like, you know.
Yeah.
And your grandparents, that's what family's supposed to look like. That's the right normal.
Yeah.
And that's our goal at Dallas Metro. We're trying to define a new normal. It's not really not new.
Yeah.
But it's new to people. If it's never been modeled before you, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know. I for a long time I never understood why people didn't like Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year, man.
Yeah.
I like everything about Christmas, you know. Everything but the Grinch. I don't like the Grinch, but everything else, I love Christmas. Yeah. And yet then I've met people that don't even celebrate Christmas. I'm going, what? Well, when you've walked down the path that they've walked down, they don't understand.
Yeah.
You know. And obviously there's a lot more to Christmas than Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Or a tree. Or what's under the tree, you know. So, well, you've been in Dallas Metro your whole life. Tell us, what's your earliest memory? See, I mean, you've been here like forever. So you have been here forever. There's no exaggeration. Yeah. Forever.
The like latest memory I have is just sitting on those tarps out on the sidewalks over there in Ewing, Lancaster, where we lived. just sitting on those tarps and watching the program.
Who was doing your program then? Because that's been a day or two ago, man.
I don't even remember. I want to say maybe Karina. And,
Karina did do that site. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you went to the sidewalk programs. Did you go to camp as a child?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went as a child. I think from the age that I was able to go, I went all the way.
Oh, I'm thinking you might have went before you were old enough.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I think when Isai was able to go, I went too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went as a camper, and then I went as a junior worker, and then now I'm attending
now?
as a leader.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How does that feel?
Like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
More than most people can imagine, you know.
Yeah.
We talk about this a lot on the podcast because summer camp it's hard to explain. It's so big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's hard to explain to people how important it is.
Yeah.
To our kids' lives. And we also realize that this is a unique opportunity to get them out of their environment and then get them along with the Lord.
Yeah.
And the challenge is that sometimes they want to respond the same way they respond in their neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. But you have to remind yourself, people do what they know.
Yeah.
The people that listen to this podcast, they're tired of me saying that because I say it almost every week. Mm-hmm. People do what they know.
Yeah.
And so when someone does something that you are not real happy about, your response is probably not going to be exactly what you had in mind, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what you've been taught.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's the challenge is to get that defense mechanism down, so that the Lord can do something in their heart. Mm-hmm. And then as you're talking about, as a dorm leader, okay, you're responsible for however many kids are in your dorm. Mm-hmm. Not only do you want it to be safe for everybody, but you want an opportunity for the Lord to do something in the heart. Because if God starts something there, the seed's been planted.
Yeah.
And change can take place beyond that. You not only have been to our camp, but you've been to the youth camp. Before. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that. What was that like?
So me being born and right into the church, growing up in church every Sunday, I feel like to me it was just like a normal. Like, okay, I go to church every Sunday. I know I have a relationship with God. Like, I believe in Him. But I think going to youth camp really, opened the doors more. I experienced God for myself. Like, okay, I'm doing this because I really want to, not because it's just what I've done all my years growing up. It just helps deeper that relationship, and it's more. It helped me spiritually. I think I went 3 times. And I think the second time I went, it was really impactful for me. And I even wanted to get baptized again because I'm like, I feel different. Just the love that I felt for God, with that encounter I had, I was like, I want to rededicate myself. Mm-hmm. Because I love doing this for the Lord now, not just because my family was taking me to the Sunday churches and stuff, but because I really saw for myself and seeked it myself.
Yeah, I'm hoping that people understand your circumstances are a little different than most of our kids. You are the result of a second generation. Mm-hmm. You're talking about going to church. We have some of our kids, obviously, that are going to church because we pick them up on a bus. That's why they go to church, right?
Yeah.
But you're a second generation of Metro. So, and that's what, that's our goal is, we're, Romans talks about this. Romans 12 talks about changing the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it starts in your heart.
Yeah.
But your brain's got some stuff in there, and you have to. Romans 12 says renewing the way you think. Well, that means you're changing your thinking pattern. But going back to when you guys lived over in the Lancaster area, what was the neighborhood like? What was that when you guys lived over there? What was that like?
Yeah, so the neighborhood wasn't the best. You always heard gunshots at night. I remember one night in particular, I heard a whole bunch of gunshots, and it was nighttime. And a few hours later, I peek out the window, and I just see the yellow tape and a whole bunch of police officers. Mm-hmm. And the next morning, come to find out, 3 people had been shot right next to our house, because there's a big field right there. But there's just always shootings, like people walking around the neighborhoods at night, like just looking sketchy. It wasn't the safest neighborhood to be in.
Yeah. And yet, but God.
But God. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God protected you guys there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, why is Dallas Metro important to you?
So it's important to me because it's one, I mean, it's all I've ever known. It's my home, really. But there's just so, like, as a kid, we had the programs that we could go to, like, to get away from home. And then we had, like, the kids camp that we could go to. And sometimes the situations at home would be, like, our parents arguing all the time. So we're like, okay, like, we're ready to go to camp, like, to get away from that environment. And Dallas Metro just really pours into the younger generations a lot. Like, they make it known that, like, they're loved and that Dallas Metro is always going to be a place for them to be. And in youth camp, like I said, that second year that I went, it's whenever my parents were going through a divorce. It was when my dad was in and out of our life, and I went to church really really broken, and just mad at God. Like, God, like, why is this happening? Why is my dad coming in and out of our life? And I think that time Karina could see that I kind of was more quiet, like more to myself. And she told me, she was like, you need to let God in. You need to let God in. Because I felt a lot of anger towards my dad and towards his girlfriend. I was just so angry. Like, I didn't want nothing to do with either of them. And that I think we had found out that his girlfriend was pregnant too. So we were just really broken. And with Metro, we were allowed to go to the youth camp, and I just gave it all to the Lord, and we had Karina and Tim praying for us, and that I let it go, and they helped me open my heart to not feel that angerness or that bitterness. And now I can say that, well, since that day, I could say that God delivered me from just all the emotions that I felt. And yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. You are such a special young lady. You know, there are people watching today. Mm-hmm. They're in the same boat that you were in.
Yeah.
They've shut down.
Mm-hmm.
They've got their defenses up.
Yeah.
They're angry with the Lord. You know, one of the beautiful things about the Lord, He can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we're upset with Him.
Yeah.
But they haven't let they're afraid. Mm-hmm. Because of their situation. They love somebody that's not only not loving them back, mm-hmm. hurting them.
Yeah.
What encouraging word would you give to them today?
Just seek God. Even if it's hard, Even if you're like, why should I seek God if he's putting me through this? Just seek God, because he'll help you, and you'll feel that peace.
Yeah. The Lord's not putting him through it, too. That's the thing we have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We live in a fallen world. It's very difficult to explain to people. Yeah. It goes back to Adam and Eve. They made choices. Mm-hmm. Did the Lord want them? I mean, think about it. He came down and walked with them every day. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I still want. You know, I want to walk with the Lord, and he will walk with us, and he'll walk every step if we allow him. Yeah. But they chose not to, and the result of that was we're still reaping that today. Yeah. The Lord's not causing whatever's happening to them, but he is there for them, and he'll help them even more than endure. Sometimes I think we want to, bless God, I'm going to put this on my back, and I'm going to. You can't do it. You're not made. Nobody's that strong. Yeah. It has nothing to do with being weak. Actually, surrender is a sign of strength. Yeah. You know, you kind of going, okay, I can't carry this. Jesus even told the people, he says, trust me. He said, cast all your cares on me. So if we will do that, whatever your circumstance, he didn't do it for you because you have a great grandmother. He didn't do it for you because of your mom. He did it because he loves you. Yeah. And those that are watching today, whatever their problem is, if you'll let your guard down, the Lord will not disappoint you.
No, he won't.
And it's one of the challenges in life is that people make decisions, and the Lord allows us to make decisions. So it may not turn out the way you want to, but when you come out the other side, if you're trusting him, you'll come out holding his hand. That's what he's done for you. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You know, you have a side business where you make. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So, I started making treats like chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered pretzels, anything chocolate covered. And just one day, it sparked my interest, and I ordered the stuff that I needed, like the molds, the chocolates, and I started practicing making the strawberries and the pretzels and everything. I made an Instagram account and started promoting it, and
sweet.
I would get orders like Valentine's Day. I think the year I first started, I stayed up until like 3 in the morning, 3 in the morning making the orders, and then I woke up like at 6 to go to church that morning. But yeah.
You know, you use that to tell your mom's story. You made those pretzels and we gave them away to women in churches for a while. We were out, and what we did was we told your mom's story, and then everyone that came, we gave them the pretzels that you had made as a testimony about God's goodness. Yeah, he's been good to you, and he'll be good to others. Well, you know of our dream to build brand new facilities and to do it absolutely debt free. We're at the building stage now. Michael is finishing up the site plan to be submitted to the city of Dallas, and once that's approved, then Michael will submit the plans for architectural plans to get our building permit. And so then all we need is cash. Of our commitment to build this and to pay cash. Why should people partner with us? There's people out there right now, they're looking at you, Saira, going, this girl is investable, man. It's amazing what the Lord has done in her life. She's beautiful on the outside and beautiful on the inside, too. Why should they partner with us?
They should partner with us because, my mom, me, my other family that has been on this podcast. We're walking testimonies of what Dallas Metro has done for us in our life. And if we had our own building, we would have a place to call our home and have people come and know, hey, this is my church. It's just we need our own building to continue doing what y'all been doing for all of us.
Yeah, for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, there's a whole new generation out there that were just like you. You know, that live in underserved areas in our city. And they're at this stage, they haven't let their guard down.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
they're still in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, I hope you've heard Saira's heart today. She's a walking testimony to the grace of God. Someone that lived in an impoverished area, and you definitely can say, well, look what the Lord has done in her life. There's a whole generation out there that's they're waiting. We have neighborhoods that they're asking us to bring our sidewalk trucks in there. We don't have any space to put the trucks we have now. We have neighborhoods that we have targeted to bus the kids in on Saturday. We don't have any more space to put them in. So you can help us today. We're at the miracle stage. We've been talking to you for this entire past year. Now is the time of action. As soon as the city approves the plans, we're going to be ready to move forward. And we're building this in phases. Phase number 1 costs $2 million. You can help us today. As soon as we have $2 million in the bank, we'll get the equipment out and start moving the dirt. We'll be moving forward. And I know if you're like me, I mean, $2 million is a really, really big number. But it's not a big number to our Lord. And I believe that the Lord wants to use each of us. You know, if we'll just say, Lord, what is it you'd have me to do in 2025? Then I'm asking you to go to our webpage, dallasmetro.org. You can either go to All In or you can type it in, dallasmetro.org/all-in. It'll take you right to the All In page. Look at the pictures right there, and then donate. And would you make a commitment for monthly for the year of 2025 that you're going to stand with us and believe God for a miracle? If you do that, we'll be able to reach the next generation just like Saira. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you next week. God bless you, friends. Bye-bye.